Good evening and welcome to the evening news for today, Tuesday, August 15, 2023. I am Jemima Holmes. Thank you for tuning in. Now let's take a look at some of the lead stories tonight. 2 children, 2 adults perish in house fires at ESSEQUIBO Coast, Linden. Arson confirmed in 1 case. 15-year-old girl dies after struck by lightning in Region 9. SOPHIA man stabbed to death, suspect surrenders to police. MUSTAPHA promises probe into allegations against WHIM BLOOMFIELD NDC chair, and 20 booths remain available for International Building Expo 2023. Now for the news in detail. A mother and her son horrifically died in a fire that ravaged their Good Hope ESSEQUIBO Coast home while they were still sound asleep during the wee hours of today. Pooja Rambaran reports that 5 other family members have survived this tragedy, which has plunged the entire community into a state of mourning.
The fire ravaging the Good Hope ESSEQUIBO Coast Region 2 property at around 4 hours on Tuesday. While 5 family members managed to escape the burning 2-story building, 2 persons perished. They are 7-year-old Ayash Wilson and his mother, 35 years old Suzanne LaCruz, who were in the lower flat at the time of the blaze. At the time of the fire, all family members were asleep, so the surviving relatives are unsure of how the inferno started. Reports are that the Guyana Fire Service faced several difficulties in getting to the location.
The fire service is challenged by distance. The fire headquarters for the EXPO Coast is at Anna Regina, and naturally it did take some time to arrive on scene.
Minister of Home Affairs Robeson Ben at the scene of the fire, where he also underscored the importance of fire safety in homes.
The more important thing is to prevent fires and to have heightened fire awareness, particularly with young children, people who are shut in and at nights, and related to the question of electrical appliances, open flames, matches, and things of that nature. We are suffering not simply because we do not have sufficient capacity at all the places where fires may occur, and we know where they can happen all over the country. But while we build up capacity, the more important thing is to have awareness and prevention and precaution.
He urged that houses now be equipped with fire alarms and fire extinguishers. The minister went on to express his condolences to the family as he assured of the government's intention to build its fire response capacity.
We have to work and look harder at issues related to fire prevention, fire awareness, while we build up our capacity in terms of responses.
Pooja Rambaran for the evening news.
Lawana McAllister joins us now to report that a 12-year-old girl and her aunt were last evening burned to death in a house at Silvertown, Linden, Region 10, after a relative had set the house on fire. The girl was reportedly celebrating her birthday at the time of the tragedy.
The fire destroying the house at Silvertown, Linden in Region 10, where 12-year-old Ukela Adams and her 50-year-old aunt Cheryl Moore were trapped. At the time of the blaze, Adam was celebrating her 12th birthday. According to a press release from the Guyana Fire Service, the fire was reported at around 23 hours 45 on Monday. Upon the arrival of firefighters at the scene, the 2-story house was already consumed by flames. Despite the valiant efforts of the firefighters, both the woman and her niece lost their lives. The evening news reached out to the child's mother, Althea Adams, who revealed that her daughter had been living with her father and that it has been about a year since they communicated. Althea said she had asked for her daughter to spend her birthday with her, but unfortunately, this wish was not fulfilled. She said she learned of her child's tragic passing through social media.
They didn't tell me nothing. Eyewitness people who were there, they say that a car days occurred. The father brother tried to find the house. He locked up downstairs and like it. Bird with them where catch a fire on. I heard they put you out too. But then the spirit they came back. So I don't know what was this you night, that night last night before. But or you have come to the house and the fire attending. Exactly like it put fire at all the windows downstairs and the doors, the veranda. And the eyewitness them say that he was downstairs with a cutlass and a baton machine that could have come out through the veranda, but it's not us there because he jumped down from the veranda. He tell him to jump down, he chopped them up.
She bemoaned the fact that her daughter would have been alive today if she had spent her birthday with her.
I asked them for she, if I asked them for she birthday. The 2 to 3 weeks before, now I asked, like I called her, I said, Pauline, I'm asking for she birthday, right? Because I want her, she's small, she's young. And Louis enjoyed there. She said, all right, I'm at work now, because she's working at the army in the interior with. And she said, when I come out, I'll make sure you get she. Because the father would, I know the father wouldn't give me, she know, Paul, you know the father wouldn't give me her, right? So she said, I'll make sure when I come out, I'll let you get she. So after that, she was to come out Sunday. She called me and she messaged me and told me she never come out Sunday. She was to come Monday around that shit. And she come Monday, she just collect them and she carry them to town. Pauline carry them to town. Carry she to town and probably buy something that's going to deal with she.
Meanwhile, the suspected arsonist, Akeli Moore, has been arrested. Lawanda McAllister for the Evening News.
Moments after stabbing a man to death, the suspect surrendered to the police, where he confessed that he killed the man in self-defense. Lawanda McAllister joins us again to report that the suspect also provided the police with the murder weapon.
That is 25-year-old Mark Harris, a horse cart operator of Plum Park, Sophia, Greater Georgetown. The suspect is a 20-year-old laborer of the same community. The incident occurred at around 19:30 on Monday. Police said the victim and the suspect are known to each other and had an ongoing feud. On the night in question, the victim and suspect were at a shop in the area when an argument ensued between them. Police said the victim, who was allegedly armed with a knife, attempted to stab the suspect, but the suspect held on to the knife, removed a pair of scissors from the waist of his pants, and dealt the victim 2 stabs to his body. Harris then ran away from the scene but then collapsed. The suspect subsequently left the scene and went to the Prashad Nagar police outpost, where he reported the incident and handed over the murder weapon to the police. Police said the victim was picked up in an unconscious state and escorted to the Georgetown Public Hospital Corporation, where he was pronounced dead on arrival. Investigations are ongoing. Reporting for the Evening News, I am Lawanda McAllister.
A 15-year-old girl of Sand Creek Village, South Rupununi in Region 9 was on Monday pronounced dead 3 hours after she and her brother had been struck by lightning. Dead is Simone Andrews, who attended the Sand Creek Village Secondary School. Her brother, 18-year-old Marcus Andrews, is said to be in a critical condition at the Lethem Hospital. Reports are that the siblings had gone under a tree to get a better internet signal when the lightning struck. The girl was rendered unconscious by the strike and died some 3 hours later without regaining consciousness. Meanwhile, a 34-year-old security officer attached to BK International Inc. on Monday afternoon lost his life in an accident along the railway embankment road in the vicinity of Lyra Souvenir, East Coast, Demerara. Dead is Michael Bascom, who was operating motor pickup PYY 2329 at the time of the crash. Police say the pickup was proceeding west along the southern driving lane of Montrose Railway Embankment Road at a fast rate in an attempt to overtake a motor car which was proceeding in the same direction. While overtaking that car, Bascom encountered a motor vehicle proceeding east on the northern driving lane of the said road and swerved the pickup in a southerly direction. He lost control of the pickup and it collided with a utility pole, breaking it in half. Bascom and 19-year-old Stephen Thompson, an occupant in the pickup who was seated in the left side front passenger seat, were both seriously injured. An ambulance was summoned to the scene of the accident and EMT personnel pronounced Bascom dead, while Thompson was taken to the Georgetown Public Hospital to seek medical attention. Residents of the WHIM Bloomfield Neighborhood Democratic Council are continuing their call for the removal of that NDC chairman, and Zulfikar Mustafa, the region's parliamentary representative, has promised that an investigation would be launched into the concerns of the constituents. Our Berbice correspondent Andrew Carmichael reports.
Some aggrieved residents recently met Region 6 Parliamentary Representative Zulfikar Mustafa, where they raised their concerns regarding the sitting chairman of the WHIM Bloomfield Neighborhood Democratic Council, NDC. Among other things, the residents claim that the chairman's influence has resulted in only friends and families of himself and others of the council benefiting from government's initiatives. Mustafa assured that the concerns will be addressed and some of the allegations will be investigated.
No 10-day workers should have received the cash grant. Remember, 10-day workers making that cash grant in 5 months because they received $40,000. And the instruction was we help other families because these things are to spread out. No one set of people must get it. Y'all agree with me? Good. So let's cover it. I will ask for the list and we will verify that list. Now the other thing, if you have chicken came into the area and people also receive chicken who affiliate, I want to see the list, Dr. Walron. That falls under my ministry. And I will deal with it, and I want to assure you this afternoon that those persons who deserve to receive the chicken will receive their chicken. I will ensure that happens. The point that the comrade raised about the cash grant or the SLED program that we talk about and the issues with the chicken, we'll deal with it. In relation to the NDC's chairman, that is a process. Recently we had local government election, right? We had consultation. So let me continue to raise the issue. This comrade said 4 body, 4 persons from one house receive it, we'll deal with it, right? So all those things.
The NDC chairman was sworn in on July 19th after serving on the council for several years. On August 3rd, several residents took to the streets calling for his removal. Andrew Carmichael, The Evening News.
Coming up, Guyana moving towards more technology-driven agriculture, says Ali, and GCCI head spurs on members to form more partnerships. Do stay with us. More news ahead.
Did you know that John Lewis Styles carries back-to-school items? Besides clothing and footwear, you can also get lunch bags from $3,500, backpacks from $4,500, and pulley backpacks from $10,995, all for the same price or less than buying online, and it's already here. Also, get a chance to win one RCA tablet every week in August. Enter to win with every $5,000 you spend. That's 4 tablets you can Google homework with. John Lewis Styles. Simply different.
Your health, safety, and security are paramount. In 2023, $2 billion is being invested to expand the Safe Country initiative to Regions 3 and 6 and is geared towards improving the detection of criminal activities with the use of ICT solutions. Funds earned from oil production are supporting initiatives such as these to bolster the crime-fighting efforts of the Guyana Police Force through the provision and installation of intelligent video surveillance.
Superbet, your best bet. Did you know that you have a chance to win up to 15 million with sport betting? Simply place your bets at www.superbet.gy for your chance to be the next lucky millionaire. Must be 18 years and older. Terms and conditions apply. Play responsibly.
Welcome back. You're watching the Evening News. With the highly anticipated International Building Expo 2023 expected to commence in the following week, only 20 booths are left available for businesses looking to showcase their products and services to the Guyanese market. Details in this Pooja Rambaran report.
Housing and Water Minister Colin Crowell spoke to the Evening News on Tuesday on a ministry-led event that's being held on August 24th to 27th at the National Stadium, Providence, East Bank, Demerara.
We have about 10 booths in the main auditorium. Those are the big tent, and then we have another, we call it developmental. So that's a late addition we did. We did afterwards. That's really good. Talking about transformation. It's a new development zone college, right? We have some available here.
He noted that other spaces within areas including the food court, Executive Avenue, and the Auditorium Island space are already being utilized by eager business owners. Crowell stated that preparation for the 4-day event has been progressing smoothly, but he further advised persons displaying their businesses to work to set up their booths in a timely manner.
We want them to ensure that they engage their respective marketing company or whatever means they normally do the preparation or wrapping of the booth. So we wanted to do this early because, many of them, they already have know where their booth is, right?
Yeah.
So it's for them to start the preparation of the booth very early because we don't want last minute.
Meanwhile, the minister added that another component of the expo is the ministry's Dream Realize housing program, where some 2,000 house lots will be allocated within the course of 2 days.
We're doing another round there, and because we don't have to done any, but there's already a place that there, persons can come, utilize the time to visit the expo. So on Friday, we're targeting Region 3, and then there are 2 areas, Region 3, and on Friday, that means on Saturday, will be another 2 areas identified on the East Coast region.
Okay.
Those persons will be to start the notification from tomorrow.
Pooja Rambaran for the Evening News.
With Guyana currently increasing its use of technology in the various economic sectors, particularly agriculture, President Dr. Irfan Ali has called on foreign companies to invest in the growing opportunities locally. Gerald Bryan tells us more.
During his recent visit to the Dominican Republic, President Dr. Irfan Ali also sat down with Mercado Media Network for an interview. In that interview, the president spoke of the exciting new opportunities in Guyana, including in the agriculture sector, where he said more technology is being introduced.
We are one of the most competitive countries when it comes to our natural assets for food production, fresh water, brackish water, aquaculture, corn and soya production, grains production generally, and we have large tracts of land. We're looking to expand our poultry livestock production. We're investing in technology-driven agriculture, moving towards the technological transformation of the economy, looking at digitization, AI, robotics. So a lot of exciting things is going on in the country. There are a number of areas in which we're going to collaborate: energy, petrochemical, agriculture, tourism, some of the areas, food production system, and then we signed a general agreement in terms of investment and how investment is treated. So we're creating a seamless, smooth business environment in which the two private sector can cooperate and collaborate and work with the ease of doing business.
According to President Ali, a level playing field for foreign and local investors currently exists in Guyana. Additionally, he reminded that the government is making massive investments in infrastructure and developing an economy based on a low-carbon development strategy.
Foreign investors are treated equally as local investors. Many other countries, there is a disparity between the treatment of foreign investment and local investors. In Guyana case, foreign investors are treated equally with local investors. But what we are looking at here is to create a new model. A model where foreign investors are local investors because of the way they partner with the private sector. So we want to create a partnership to the growth and development. That is why we have the two private sector meeting together and collaborating. We are a democracy. Rule of law is very important for us. We have democratic institutions and a stable government, a stable political situation. We have massive foreign investment in mining from Australia, Canada. We have all the major sectors that has transformed the economy and contributed significantly to growth and development, had major investment from foreign investors.
While in the Dominican Republic, delegates from the local private sector had met and inked agreements with their Spanish-speaking counterparts last week. At the bilateral level, Guyana had inked an agreement of its own with the Dominican Republic for a 50,000 barrels per day oil refinery to be built here. Jarrell Bryan, The Evening News.
President of the Georgetown Chamber of Commerce and Industry, Kester Hudson, has spurred on the organization's membership to look for more opportunities to form partnerships, bearing in mind the developmental trajectory of the country. Jarrell Bryan joins us again with the details.
On Monday, shipping company Leparcan hosted an exhibition with its partner, technology company Canon. Georgetown Chamber of Commerce and Industry President Kester Hudson also used the occasion to talk about the importance of partnerships. In fact, he went on to urge his membership to seek out such partnerships which will help them grow their capacity.
I want to use this opportunity to encourage you to look at collaboration now. Now the Chamber has, again, 800 plus companies, quite a few art tech companies that you can certainly partner with to build out that enterprise of the Canon services, of the imaging and certainly the imaging services that it offers. Now, you also have the membership that you can certainly have a product in every office of the enterprise, of the membership. So it is very important that we look at collaboration, we look at how we can include from the top to the bottom type companies to build out resources, build out capacity, and build out Guyana in a very significant and sustainable way.
Meanwhile, Leparcan's CEO Butch Haniff spoke of how his company has grown over the years. Now, Leparcan has locations in 9 countries. He also gave projections for the company. He admitted that Leparcan is catching up to the opportunities that come with oil and gas, but he was optimistic that they can reach their target.
We have taken the steps to go ahead and get our ISO certification. We've done it in anticipation that what is going to happen in Suriname. We've started that process. We're there. We've got a lot of employees there also. We have an office over there. And we're setting ourselves up to capitalize on the future of the oil and gas in Guyana. But all the supporting industries that are going to come up to support Guyana as we move forward. We only see Guyana as pretty much the next horizon for not only Leparcan, but for a lot of international companies coming to Guyana to find their way, and hopefully that we can do that and support that process.
The Leparcan Technology Expo, which was held at the Pegasus Conference Center, also marked the company's 40th anniversary. Jarrell Bryan, The Evening News.
Service delivery in the healthcare sector is expected to improve in Region 10 with the receipt of $50 million in medical equipment and a new ambulance being donated there by the Health Ministry. Find out more in this Rupasina report.
Health Minister Dr. Frank Anthony handed over an ambulance, boats and engines, solar refrigerators and other medical supplies over the weekend. The ambulance will serve residents in Mabura Hill and other surrounding communities, while the solar vaccine refrigerators will be distributed to health centers in Malali, Rockstone, Great Falls, Kalkuni, Kumaka, and Riverview. According to the minister, these resources are supplied to fulfill the needs of various institutions.
Sometimes it's a challenge in terms of how we allocate resources. So many times when people are asking us for things, we take it to heart and we work to make sure that we can get it. I know for this region, transportation is an issue. And last year, we worked with the community of Aichuni to make sure that they got an ambulance. Then at the Linden Hospital itself, they were having challenges with ambulances. and we were able, over the period, to give them, I think, 2 ambulances. So this is the 4th one that is coming into the region.
Similarly, the boats would alleviate transportation shortfalls for riverine communities.
We know that in the riverine communities there's a challenge if you have to move people around, or sometimes when the healthcare worker would go to a community to visit, they need transportation. So these boats would fulfill that need. And again, where there are gaps, we'll work to make sure that over time we can fill those gaps.
A brand new dental room, also commissioned at the Vivian Paris Health Center in Linden, has now expanded primary health care to 6,000 residents. The room was constructed using the $100 million allocation by the government of Guyana for 2023. Services include extraction, cleaning, filling, and root canals. Rupa Sinarain, The Evening News.
And now for a look at the bridge reports.
The Demerara Harbour Bridge will be closed to vehicular traffic on Wednesday, August 16th, 2023 at 4 hours for a period of 1.5 hours. Meanwhile, the Burbage River Bridge is expected to be closed at 16 hours 50 on Wednesday, August 16th, 2023, also for a period of 1.5 hours.
Tired to lead GAW, Walsh-appointed women's head coach. CPL 2023 bowls off tomorrow in St. Lucia, and 5th Lower Mazaruni District Games underway. Details of these stories and more in the Sportcast, sponsored by MacCorp, coming up on the other side of the break.
Poultry farmers, save money by cutting down the time it takes to pluck your chickens with the plucking machine from Sylvie's. Now available at affordable prices in 3 sizes: 500, 550 and 600 mm, 110 220 volts, 60 cycles, 1450 RPM. Replacement motors and the plucking fingers are also readily available right now at Sylvie's Variety Store, High and Hatfield Streets, Georgetown.
Premier insurance coverage for less. Stay safe.
On the job, you know how it goes. 1 minute everything's going right and the next something goes wrong. Don't worry, Premier Insurance will make things right again. For all risks insurance, call 223-0840 or visit premierinsurance.gy. Fuel your success. Premier insurance coverage for less.
Looking to bring your dream home to reality? Or simply taking on a home improvement project? Then National Hardware Limited is where you should start. Let us put that touch to your home. Choose from over 1,000 Berger Paint original hues for any surface. We are known for our trusted brands such as Westinghouse, Philips, Sadco, Rubbermaid, Pyrex, Gibson Home, and so much more. National Hardware Limited, your do-it-best store. Located in downtown Georgetown and industrial site right